Tinubu stays in a two-bedroom apartment as part of his effort to cut down the cost of governance. Bagam. This Tinubu is a play drama. Okay? He's talking to Nigerians. He thinks they will not know. Nigerians don't know anything, Abi. The same way Tinubu said that he's aware Nigerians are suffering and that his government is bloated because he's using it as a means of job creation. How do you create job? Creating job for the already well-placed people, leaving the ordinary Nigerians impoverished. Now he's coming out to tell us that he lives in two-bedroom apartment as an effort to cut down cost of governance. Hi. So what happens to his Bodilon house? What happens to presidential liaison office and annex in Ikoyi in Lagos? What happens to his Aso Rock apartment? So this two-bedroom apartment is staying, where is he located? Hi, Tinubu. Can some old man be lying like this? Well, it is in the blood of Nigerian politicians to lie. So let's see how all of this culminated for him to say that he lives in two-bedroom apartment. Now, wow. Comrade Joe Ajaero, president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, has revealed some of the things they discussed during meeting with President Tinubu last week. Before calling off the protest, members of the organized labor embarked on over the rising cost of living in the country. During an interview with Channels Television today, August 8, Joe Ajaero said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu told them that he lives in a two-bedroom apartment as part of his effort to cut down the cost of governance. Can you imagine? But meanwhile, you are bloating your cabinet as a means of job creation. Meanwhile, you sent 70 billion naira for Senate to share as means of cushioning the effect of palliative. But the $800 million is supposed to share to Nigerians to alleviate the question of fuel subsidy removal. They have not even seen it. You are promising Nigerian civil servants increase the minimum wage. They have not seen it. But you are saying you are cutting cost of governance. And you are bloating your cabinet. No, now. You not jive. During an interview with Channel Television, okay, this is what happened. Now he said, during our meeting with the president, we complained about the high cost of governance. We told him that when he appoints ministers, they will appoint SSAs, and the SSAs will also appoint SSAs. But the president said that the labor should look at it from the point of job creation, but we did not agree with that. He took his own case, for example. He told us that if you come to his fleet of cars, that it was large, and he made effort to reduce it, and he was told that insecurity is a security issue. Can you imagine? He equally went further to say that he preferred to use his own private jet, and they told him no, that it is a security issue. He must use the government jet. And he went further to say that even himself, that he is using only a two-bedroom flat. Can you imagine? That he's trying as much as possible to tighten his belt, and he will try as much as possible to talk to his people working with him. So I don't know what that means. So in his effort to cut down cost of governance, he's living in a two-bedroom apartment. Who is this man actually deceiving? Okay, is this his way of telling Nigerians? Because he has been telling Nigerians that they should sacrifice for things to work in Nigeria. They should bear the pain; it's momentary. Meanwhile, they are not sacrificing. So is this his own way of sacrificing to ensure that they alleviate the suffering and pain of Nigerians and reduce cost of governance? This does not jive now, because what he says does not align with what he's doing there in the government house. That is true. Okay, so you can't tell us that you try to reduce your fleet of cars in your convoy and it didn't work. You try to fly your private jet rather than government jet and it didn't work. Now you are telling us that you live in two-bedroom apartment as a way of cutting cost of governance. Okay. Meanwhile, you are over bloating your cabinet, 48 ministers. Okay, and you are saying you are doing that for job creation. Job creation for people who are already well fed, living in downtrodden to continue to suffer. Is that not widening the gap between the rich and the poor? Tinubu. Oh, wow. So let's see. A lot of people are making comments about what Tinubu told the NLC during their meeting. I would say, meaning he's leasing Aso Rock, Abi. These are fools. Somebody is already deceiving and misleading his constituency less than 6 months into his administration. Money in the channels. Look at what the supposed president is saying. Is Tinubu saying that his offer to use his own private jet was refused? Who can refuse the president? Does not the president have the final say? So Tinubu now takes orders instead of the other way. NSC Presido, congratulations on betraying the masses. Can you imagine? Somebody said, don't you know that he need many rooms for different things, using one room for smoking, another one for cooking, sniffing, another for tramadol. Somebody don't enter. Somebody don't enter. Okay. Welcome you all back to the season. That is not what we want. Keep your football away. Nigerians are suffering. When I told people on the second evening that Labour leaders have cut their shares, some argued, what is the relevance of these ajeros if not a comedy to use in swallowing his money? I've been saying it that Tinubu is a big liar. How can a Nigerian president stays in a two-bedroom apartment in the name of cutting cost of governance? Incredible indeed. When did the villa turn to two-bedroom apartment? That is how he will be telling what he will be telling to Nigerians. By the way, things are going. We have made a wrong choice of a president. May Almighty Allah help us to overcome the mess we created for ourselves. We didn't create anything, okay? Nobody elected him. Actually, he used fraudulent powers and power of incumbents of APC to rig himself to power. Frankly speaking, very few people voted him. He wouldn't have even come number 3 or number 4 if the INEC had done the needful from beginning by using legitimate and vital records to declare the winner. Tinubu wouldn't have won. He would have even been number 4. That is the truth. So let's leave that alone. Nigerians not all Nigerians voted Tinubu. Okay. Reply to Obina Donatus, I should know about court more than you. You will be surprised when the situation will naturally fix itself. Leadership is not for a liar, but for someone that's focused, objective, and truthful. I think what Obina is trying to say here is if you don't agree with what his name, Ajaro is saying, go to court. Or if you don't agree that Tinubu stays in two-bedroom flat, you go to court. I think this guy is trying to mock the president and not the other way around. Okay? So, quite unfortunate. I think I say this guy go collect bribe. You know they see his face. He resemble Aba boys when they hawk for street. Can you imagine? So Joe Ajero is now being accused of collecting bribe from Tinubu. It's not impossible, but let's see how that goes. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment. That is what is coming from Tinubu, what he told Joe Ajero and the NLC during their meeting, that he stays in two-bedroom apartment as a means or as a way of cutting cost of governance. Let's have your comment in this matter. Do you believe it or not?